Turn-of-the-century Vienna is a riveting chapter in the history of modernism. As the old order crumbled, the city was a hotbed of pioneering thought and culture. This was the world of Freud, of Mahler, of Hoffmann and Schoenberg. In painting, Gustav Klimt was king. Landscapes constitute roughly a quarter of Klimt's extraordinary production, of which Litzlberg Am Attersee from 1914 is one of the very finest, an opulent and poetic, jewel-like mosaic of subtly modulated colour. After 1900, Klimt spent every summer in the Salzkammergut, where he painted his landscapes and became a familiar figure in his kaftan, beard and sandals. He returned tirelessly to the same motifs, the same villages, lakes, gardens and trees, meditating upon the imagery. These are works of pleasure, of liberation, freedom from the metropolis and its concerns. They're works of great poignancy, underscored with a spiritual sense of nature. Litzlberg Am Attersee first belonged to the great patrons of Klimt's landscape paintings, Victor and Paula Zuckerkandl. Their home, Puckersdorf Sanatorium in the outskirts of Vienna, was designed by Joseph Hoffmann, where they assembled an extraordinary group of great landscapes by Klimt, including not just this work, but also the church in Cassone, sold at Sotheby's London in 2010. As well as designing the home, Joseph Hoffmann also designed the frame in which the picture still hangs. Klimt always favoured a square format for his landscapes, but aside from that, they're a remarkably diverse group. Landscapes were a place of experimentation. Look here, for example, at the low horizon line, the thin slither of rather stylized sky and the exquisite swell of the hillside. Eschewing traditional perspective, the composition is based instead on a principle of flat interlocking shapes, rather like a piece of stained glass or a tapestry. It's a real privilege for Sotheby's to be handling the sale of this great masterpiece, one of the finest landscapes by Gustav Klimt remaining in private hands.